So step by steps, we're solving by elimination. Step 1, you want to make sure that the x's are lined up, the y's are lined up, and the constants are lined up. Okay, that's very important. We call this standard form. Step 2, you need to decide which variable do you want to eliminate, the x's or the y's. And then you'll find next week we're going to throw in another letter, z. So which one do you want to eliminate? You get that choice. Step 3, once you solve it, you just, like say you solve for y, well then you just plug y in to find the x. Okay? And then you write your answer as an ordered pair. So an example here, and we're going to start off with the easy ones. Are the terms aligned? Do we have x, y equals constant? Yes. Step 2, eliminate one of the variables. If you see variables that are already opposites, those are the ones you should eliminate. So when I look at this, I have 3 and 1. 3 and 1, the least common multiple of 3 and 1 is 3. So I could, in theory, keep this as a 3 and try to make this a negative 3x. Or, even easier, notice the y term is already what we call additive inverses. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and add these together. And I'm going to rewrite this so we can see it. And this is why elimination is sometimes my favorite, because on this one, all you got to do is add them together. And then the y's go away. Why do they go away? They're opposites. So then I get 3x plus x is what, 4x? Those eliminated, that's why they call it elimination method. And then 10 plus negative 2, or 10 minus 2, same thing, 8. Yeah, x is 2. Divide both sides by 4. X is 2. So we know x is 2. And so step 3, substitute the value into one of the other equations and solve for that other variable. So your choice, you could use the first or second equation. I think the second one would be easier because the numbers, I could just put 2 here. So I'm going to pick this one. You could pick the first one. But I know now x is 2. So then I get 2 plus 4 times something equals negative 2. From here, algebra 1, so I'll go a little faster. If you need help with this step, I could help you after school or during class. But we're going to take away 2 from both sides. And I get 4y is negative 4. And then divide by 4. And I get x is negative 1. Or y, not y, x. Y is negative 1. Now, I would encourage you to, the other equation that you did not pick, plug it in. So let's plug it in. 3 times 2 is 6. And then negative 4 times negative 1 would be plus 4. And 6 plus 4 is 10. So I know without a doubt I'm correct. I'm going to put the solution is x first, then y. What I want you guys to do now is the second problem on here is just like it. It looks a little different. If you're watching this video, I would hit pause, and I'm going to hit pause myself, and then we'll reveal the answer here in a second. So what answer did we get?
I got it. y is 4 and x is -2.
Negative 2, 4 is what I just heard from my class. Good. Check our work real fast. 4 plus 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 4 plus negative 6, yes, that's negative 2. And then here, 2 times y, 4, 8. And then negative 3 times negative 2 would be 6. 8 plus 6, 14. Notice I did that in my head. You don't have to write that down when you check your work. Okay. So these are the easy ones. The easy ones are when you start off. Oh, you can't see. When you start off, either the x's or the y's are already inverses. Those are super easy. So now we should probably try one where they're not inverses. Like this one. Notice, first, are they in the same order? X, Y, constant, X, Y, constant, everything's lined up. And then you get to decide, and there's really not a right or wrong answer on this one. Do you want to eliminate the x's or the y's? So let's think about the x's. If I was to make these inverses, the smallest number that 2 and 2 go into is 2. So I would want one of these to be positive 2, keep it the same, but I would want the other one to change to a negative 2. So that's one option.
So you have to put the equation that way?
You would multiply everything by negative 1. Or, we have 1 and negative 5. The smallest numbers 1 and 5 go into is 5. I could just multiply this by 5, and I get 5y and negative 5y. So in this case, there's not one way that's easier. It's really your choice. So what would you guys prefer? Eliminate the x's or the y's? It doesn't matter. X's? Okay. So I'm going to rewrite this again. It's a good habit. And so I've been asked by the class, which again it does not matter, to eliminate the x's. So I want these such that when I add them, they go away. They eliminate. Well, 2 and 2 go into 2. We just need one of these to be a negative 2. You get to pick which one you want to change to negative 2. Gabrielle, which one would you like to change to negative 2? The bottom one. Okay. There's not a wrong answer here. But there is only one solution. So when I do that, negative 1 is super easy. Just change all the signs. So that's negative 2x plus 5y is negative 13. So I manipulated the equation and it is the same. Now the first one I can just leave it alone. It's good the way it is. But notice now my x's are additive inverses. I can just add these together. And if you add these and nothing goes away, you did it wrong. Something should always eliminate. That's why we call it the elimination method. But these, yes, those do eliminate. 1y plus 5y is 6y. And negative 5 plus negative 13 is negative 18. Divide both sides by 6. And I get y is negative 3. Alright, now we need to find the x value. I know y is negative 3. So I'm going to go back and I am going to pick, it's usually better one of the original equations. And so you're going to plug y as -3 in. If I plug it in here, it's easier than plugging in here because then I get 15. But really it doesn't matter. So I am going to plug into the first one. But I know y is -3. And so from there, solving for x, I would add 3 to both sides. And that'd be 2x. It's -2. Divide by 2. And I get x is -1. I'm going to do this so that I don't get confused that those aren't together. So over here I could say solution is -1, -3. From there I would check my work. Since I used the first equation, I'm not going to use that one to check my work. You can. 2 times x, x is -1, that'd be -2, -2. And then -5 times y, y is -3, -5 times -3 is 15. So we have -2 plus 15 is 13. So I feel pretty confident about my solution, and it's never a bad idea to check your work. Now what I want you to do, very similar. I want you to solve this by elimination. So I'm going to pause this video, and if you're working on this by yourself, I would hit pause, and I will show the answer here in a second. So what answer did we get? 4 over 1?
No, 4.
X is 4, y is 1? So my class says the solution is 4, 1. Double check, you guys. 3 times 4 is 12. Right? 12. 3 times 1 is 3. 12 plus 3, 15. Good job. -2 times 4 is -8. 3 times 1 is 3. -8 plus 3, -5. Good. So 4, 1 is the solution. So I don't know if we have time to finish this one, but we'll at least talk about how you would set it up. So step 1, x's and y's and constants are all in the same place. Step 2, I need to decide, do I want to eliminate my x's or my y's? And on this one, there really isn't a right or wrong answer.
Let's do x.
You want to do x. So this is -3. This is a 1. 1 and 3 both go into 3. So we want this to be a positive 3, right? So I would multiply this by 3. And I'd get 3x. 6y is 33. I need to... Now the other one's good, but usually you have a problem where not everything eliminates, or you have to. Sometimes you have to multiply both equations by something. But this one we can leave alone. And then I do realize we only have 6 minutes left, so I'm going to go a little faster. I would add those together. Those eliminate. That'd be 7y is that 28. Divide both sides by 7. I get y is 4. And if you don't show me that you divided by 7, to me this is algebra 2. You don't have to show every little tiny step. Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're good.
No, it's not.
And then from there,
Or is the 4 okay?
we know y is 4. We plug 4 in. Subtract 4 from both sides. I get negative 3x is negative 9. Divide both sides by negative 3, and I get x is 3. So my solution, you can still read my handwriting when I write faster, sometimes I can't even read it, is 3, 4. Now when you're doing these, especially from the practice, it is not always a whole number, but I think the ones I assigned you are whole numbers. I hope that this helps with elimination. And what I would do from here would be the practice problems.